Hey everyone, happy Friday. It's the Hair Healer here with your Focus Fridays. I hope everyone had a fabulous week. I know I did, and I'm getting ready for fall soon. But it's the end of summer, so let's try to sit and enjoy it and stay in the moment, something I'm constantly working on. I hope everyone enjoys my new chair, inspired from the Queen herself, Wendy Williams, who I love. If you know me, you know I love Wendy Williams. Shout out. One day I might be on her show. I want to focus on intuition. If you follow me on Instagram, or you're watching this right now on Instagram, if you're watching it on YouTube or Facebook, follow me on Instagram at the Hair Healer 1111. I did a little poll about intuition, and I asked people if they know how to tell the difference between what their intuition is and what it isn't. And surprisingly enough, it's pretty tied actually. I thought there wasn't going to be as many no's as I saw, so that really prompted my idea for my Focus Friday is to talk about intuition. Now, I like to start out with, when I talk about certain things, about what the definition is, the textbook definition, and then what I think. The textbook definition I wrote down here: the ability to understand something immediately without the need for conscious reasoning, okay? The other definition, again from Wikipedia or Webster's, one of those, a thing that one knows or considers likely from instinctive feeling rather than conscious reasoning. Again, the conscious, I like to think of the conscious up here, the subconscious back here. On a soul-based level, our intuition is our soul speaking to us, right? We are animals. We're creatures. We are connected just as all the animals out there are, and they all have animal instincts. We do too. We tend to ignore it, right? But it's one of the instincts, just like breathing, smelling, touch, seeing, all of that is our intuition. Yet we're the only animals out that are constantly ignoring it. When we feel fear right away, we tend to ignore it. When we feel anger, sadness, whatever it is, whatever's bringing about our intuition, we tend to ignore it. I found this quote. Again, this quote was not from me. I don't know who it's from though. Learn how to differentiate between the sound of your intuition guiding you and your traumas misleading you. Well, I spent most of my life with my traumas misleading me, right? Because as we get older, do we actually gain awareness of what our childhood was like and things that may have happened to us? And so many times when we're young, and this is good to practice with our own children, right? We're taught the things we believe. I think that kids, again, have those instincts, right? When the first 5-6 years, but then life starts to tear them out and say, you know, what you're believing is wrong, you don't know, blah, blah, blah. And we start to doubt ourselves, right? When you don't have self-love, when you're filled with self-doubt, you're not going to trust your instincts. And take it from me, I can tell you so many times do I not. Even still to this day, I've gotten much better with it. I'd harness some things. I do not follow my intuition. And it always ends me, and it always takes me, like, what is the saying? Up a creek in shit with no paddle or something like that. I can't remember. It's something like that. But up Shit's Creek with no paddle. Thank you. That was my producer. So, how do we learn? I think that it comes from experience, conscious experience, learning to believe in ourselves. I noticed the more self-love I had for myself, the more I was able to trust my intuition. Again, I fucked up, if you know me, so many times. I've taken the wrong path 1,000 times, blatantly ignored my intuition, plus a million red flags in relationships and jobs and friendships and whatever it is. Learn from me again, but I needed those experiences to learn how to harness my intuition, right? A lot of times our spirits, guides, our souls, everything, our ancestors are pound, pound, pound. The universe will keep giving us these lessons until we learn. Our intuition is when we're sitting in that moment, right? This is how it is for me. And whatever it is, it may appear as anxiety or something, but it's an energy. That's the best way I can explain it. That I feel, right? That feels off. It feels against my natural energetic field in my body. It's against it. And that's when I always know, no matter what situation it is, something is not right. And usually I can pinpoint what it is in that situation. And if I choose if I choose to ignore it, right? What I automatically knew in my subconscious and that comes subconscious ends up happening. So I want everyone to focus on this week is harnessing your intuition. If you already meditate, that's great. That will help you, right? That will help you understand the inside of you. But when you're in a situation, if you're out with friends at a bar, if you don't believe something that someone's saying to you, if your friends, boyfriend, whatever it is, follow yourself, right? It can't hurt to take that other leap. Instead of doubting yourself, say, you know what, I'm gonna for once believe in myself and see where that goes. And I guarantee you, your intuition is always right? It can't hurt. And those little baby steps will help you. And again, the more self-love you gain for yourself, the more you will learn to trust yourself and your intuition, okay? And if you have children, this weekend, practice harnessing that into them, right? Like when they're saying, mommy, something doesn't seem right, or father, something doesn't seem right, feel right, whatever. Talk to them and believe them. Don't say, you don't know what you're talking about. You're just a kid. You don't know what you're talking about. Blah, 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 blah. No, they are more pure than we are. They have not been ruined by society and everything else. They are more in touch with themselves than we are. They lose it around 6 or 7. But that's what I want everyone to focus on. Have a fabulous weekend.